All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 4, Episode 18.
Kira has
been introduced. Yes,
Yes.
He might be Akira.
He is definitely Akira.
He is definitely Akira. Yes,
Yes.
And
his buddy
Zahando
guy.
was foreshadowing this entire
Exactly.
time.
Right, so if Okuyasu has the stand Zahando,
Right.
what is the name of the stand of Kira?
Right, and we were debating in the last episode as to whether or not he even had a stand, but it's like come on, he has a stand.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
The other handle.
Yes, exactly.
So if they showed him like that last episode, does that mean we're going to get an episode focused on him this episode, like from his perspective, maybe?
Well, not necessarily. What I think that we'll probably get is just kind of more of these kind of like little moments where we'll just kind of bump into him.
Sure.
Because what was revealed to me via the Discord is that actually we've seen Kira before.
Oh yeah, when was that?
He was just casually walking around in the city.
Yeah.
When Red Hot Chili Peppers was releasing his lightning everywhere, his electricity.
Yeah.
And it was just like he was just walking there.
Yep.
So it's like, yo, we've been having like cameo little like drops, just little characters just coming through there and stuff. So what I think it's going to be is that because he hasn't done anything directly to interfere or even interact outside of that one encounter with the car with the Joe Bros, is that they won't be looking for him. It's more going to be the thing of where he'll be just doing his thing concurrently.
Sure.
And if he ever messes up, or if any other stand users or anything else kind of links to that,
right, like the Ghost Girl did.
Exactly. Then they will slowly become kind of connected and aware of his actions.
Because Standal users are drawn towards each other.
Magnets.
Yeah, or Araki.
Yes, or Araki.
They are drawn.
True. Or just, Araki self-insert Kishibe Rohan. I mean...
Well, that's true. Yeah,
all of this
that
is
could also,
going to be revealed that he wrote all of this
thing.
in, and then in order to enjoy the story the most, he wrote out his memory of it.
Wouldn't that be... Except he can't use it on himself, I think.
Yeah, that's right. He can't use it on himself. But what if he wrote out at one point that he can't use it on himself?
That... or that he doesn't think he can use it on himself.
Right.
Yeah.
He forgot.
Yeah.
Araki forgot. Oh my god! It makes sense now.
They could have Kira be like the faux antagonist, and then then Rohan
knows
is the actual.
Oh my god, this is awesome. So y'all, next episode of JoJo's, without further ado, let's get into it. Wow, this is kind of cool, like social commentary too. The idea that everyone kind of looks out for their own. Oh my god.
Well, Joseph certainly did a number on that.
Yep, exactly. Ah! He doesn't remember! Ah! Good, okay, he remembers.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So then what did you spend it on? What? What?
Because that's only like $200, right?
Right.
Money.
Oh. What?
Is the cockroach a stand user?
Ha!
No way.
What? I love it!
This is amazing. He basically, so what? That's a penny, basically.
Yeah, even less than a penny though.
Yeah.
It's just... Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So we've got like a money grubbing kind of like just like going around stealing like little bits.
It's adorable.
Right, it's adorable. Yeah, how could I feel threatened by it? You know,
the only way it could be better is if you had Bad Company soldiers riding it. Like, I'm convinced that that's just the way you make something likable. You just make it so tiny that you can't hate it.
For sure.
Other than the rat. The rat was gross.
Yes, the rat was disgusting. Oh. Oh. Lots of cool stands.
Chase, yeah.
Oh, the hands being held in those little frames, yeah.
Chase, yeah.
Oh, tentacle powers, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what the
Potentially.
the stand is.
Sure.
Oh, and remember in the ED how there's that arrow going around?
But that's the arrow from the bow and arrow.
I know, but
what if it wasn't?
But what if it was? Yeah.
Okay.
What if it was a dual representation? Shigechi's Harvest Part 1.
This thing is just so cute.
Yeah, so
it's adorable.
Look at his little butt.
Oh, there's lots of them. Is this like a secondary? Secondary.
No,
Bad
yes,
Company?
is chasing one of them too. Oh my God, it's gonna be another Bad Company, Jacob. There's gonna be a lot of them.
And they're each stealing 1 yen.
Yeah, they're going around. Outside of a vending machine. Yep,
Wow.
here we go.
Yep.
We have a third one. And a fourth one. And a fifth one. Sixth.
Yes.
Ah!
Yes. Thank you.
And they all have little coins. Oh, what if this is gonna be a wholesome one where it's actually like someone who's, yeah, homeless or something, and they're like trying to just grab money so that they can survive.
Potentially.
And, you know. Yeah, throwing it up into the tree. Oh, or. Oh, he was in the OP. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
eye
picking up
right
change
there.
off the street.
Yeah. He's just standing there, menacingly. Yeah, I knew it. Wholesome boy.
Yep. I just made $50.
Yeah. Sent them all out to grab, like, 10 cents here, 50 cents here, a dollar here.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh, this is great. Oh. Shigechi, okay. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, and a turtle named Gonta.
Aww.
So is he a student or?
Of course, Okuyasu.
Yeah, this is stuff that people left alone.
Wow.
Mr. Police Officer. Yes, there you go. Economics. The money wasn't in circulation and now it is. Oh, nice little meta thing. Are you a good guy? Can I be with you, basically? Most people would never resort to this, that's true.
So he collected $1,200 basically, just from change.
Yeah.
He just.
Oh, he's dragging money with his left foot. Wow, what a dig.
Wow. Just $600. There you go.
Aww, best buddies, we got the same kind of powers.
Wow.
And we ate some disease or something.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. And it's even being foreshadowed with tomato cans. Ah, gotcha.
Right. Let's go have some fun.
Yeah, exactly. He's got the anime eye bubble.
A joint business venture.
Oh, wait. Wait.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Oh, let's 200 IQ this.
Is Josuke going to repair something to pull the money out of it, basically?
Well, we'll see.
I do love the idea of having a business episode in JoJo's. We're robbing a bank.
Oh my god, if they do, that would be hilarious. A stamp, okay.
Oh, are they gonna collect old stamps? Wow.
No way.
Wow. They're collecting coupons.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What?
This is amazing. I love it. I love it.
This is hilarious. But the problem is that if any stand users see these little guys running around,
but they're so adorable.
Right, but then they'll lead them back to.
Wow.
Yeah. These faces are so good.
Yeah.
There's the greed aspect here that's probably gonna come about.
Yeah.
For sure. Hopefully Shigechi is the one that suffers, you know. Is it too many? Did they expire?
Yeah, did they expire?
I actually believe that they give cash back. In-store credit makes
It's probably
sense, though.
something really small, but yeah.
Oh, he got his shoes. Wait, what? I love how there's such teenagers freaking out over like $600. You know, it's like
split between the three of them. Yeah.
Right. It is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I still have to know what's going on with his head. Like,
yeah.
It hasn't been mentioned yet. Ah! Oh my gosh, Shigechi, no! Wait, 10,000.
We agreed to have.
Oh, here it is!
半分が俺たちの取り分で、おめえはさっき OK したぜ。61,500円の半分。
Yes, we can do math.
Right. He's like, I never agreed to it. You guys just said it. And...
Right, right. I'm an amazing guy.
Wow.
Oh, here it is. Oh, no.
Right.
悪気はねえようだが、こういう精神的にガキのやつからよ、何かもらっても騙したような気に少しずつ大人の契約ってものを教えていくんだよ。てめえの銭儲けのためにか？この調子もんが。でもおめえのそういう。
I thought they've been sitting here talking this whole time, and oh, he's just casually like.
何か飲みたいのある？ほら買うけど。
怒ってくれんのか。そうだな、カルピスウォーターがいいな。
飲めば。
Wow.
俺がさっきついでに拾ってこいってしげちに言ったんだよ。外れのお年玉年賀はがきをが。どうして外れてるってわかんだよ。
Yeah, you don't know.
てんのよ。捨てるわけがねえだろ。おめえ、そういうせこくてめんどくせえ博打好きだよな。
Yeah, Okias is dumb, so he goes for the dumbest way of gambling, which is just RNG rolling numbers, which is mostly just throwing your
Yeah,
money
can
into-
they even claim them? Yeah.
Yeah.
宝くじ。
Oh, no, it is.
SG 組の121314。
How much? Oh, now he's dumb. He
Yeah,
gives it away.
exactly,
That he won.
SG 組121314。SG 組121314。
But for how much? What do you win?
Yeah, yeah. 500 yen?
500 million! Whoa!
Oh! Whoa! He's a baby!
So that's what, $50,000?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh!
もう一遍確認するんだ。SG 組121314。賞金500万円。確実だ。嘘のようだが間違いねえ。つまり俺たちの500万円だ。何買おうかな。まずかっちょいいイタリア製の靴だろ。
Italian
セクシ
shoes.
ーなブランド物のスーツを買って。
I'm super sexy. Yes, Anita Antonio's! Yes!
楽しくない。
Ah! And
Okay,
Okiyasu
yeah,
actually is
smart
smart
thing.
with how he uses the money.
拾ってきたのはオラのハーベストだ。
Yeah.
半分もやるもんか。
Yep. Yep. Greed. Greedo.
See, here's the thing. I love this. I love this so much.
But it's like basically the most like character
so-
intro filler. Like
It's so petty,
it's so
and
pointless.
pointless.
Yeah. Yeah.
but I love
But I
it.
love it. Yes.
Here's the only thing, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have liked it more if instead of it being him that's greedy, it's they're all greedy.
Oh, they are all greedy.
No, but they're all trying to like backstab each other. Like if Okuyasu had just disappeared, you know, once he got the ticket, you know, and the
We just start seeing like as he like jump teleports away
and then
like
it's
as
them
fast
all
as
like
possible.
fighting each other to try.
Well,
and
that's
like,
what probably the next episode will be.
maybe, but
Yeah.
I get the feeling they're just gonna have it be the other kid. Ooh, I want you. I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I gotta find out. Ooh, I want you. I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I would die to find out.
Okay, so we get the most random episode of this new character, Shigechi, who is a stand
Yes.
user with his stand Harvest, which is very much like
Yep.
Bad Company.
And I gotta say, makes me really upset that Bad Company is gone, because we could have had a shot. Just think about it. As amazing as the Apache helicopters and the tanks are, we could have had a shot with Bad Company riding
my
Harvest.
gosh.
And just...
The ultimate combo stand. You have
Oh yeah.
basically like
Oh yeah.
an occupying army on Morio.
Wow. Yeah, I love this stand. I absolutely love it. I love the antics surrounding it.
Yep.
You know, and like I said in the video, the only thing that I think would make it better is if they made it more of a thing of them all like
Right.
being at each other's throats over it rather than just the one kid.
Right,
But
this
it's still great.
Yeah, but this kid, I believe, you know, was shot with the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
But on some level, there's something like, what's up with his hair, his head, you know? And all
Yeah.
that. Is that something where we're not supposed to pay attention to it? It's just a unique design.
Or it's just something that the arrow can do, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
there's some level that the arrow can biologically alter someone.
Right.
I mean, we'll have to
But
wait
yeah,
and
they
see.
didn't comment on it at all. Like,
At
they weren't
all.
like, what's up with his head, you know?
Yeah, so
So-
I guess it's not that big of a deal.
Uh-huh.
But what's kind of crazy here is we have this whole bit in the beginning with Koichi commenting on how there's a like a lingering disease in Morio.
Right, because
A
they know
serial
that there's
killer
a serial killer. Yeah.
just out there, just killing people, and no one seems to care. Everyone's just concerned about what they're going to eat for dinner.
Yep.
And this is the thing, y'all. This is actually something I think is really clever if they actually want to go in depth into this. Now, since they went from that straight to, just this episode,
They probably
won't go too deep into it.
Not
but
right away, at least.
Yeah, not right away, at least. But having that worry of, like, there's someone out there doing horrible things.
And they've been doing it for a long time.
And probably on some level, people know that that's something that's happening out there, but it's not happening to me, so it doesn't really matter.
Sure.
But there's this ownership that the Joe Bros have shown over their town that is unique to, I would say, the way they're handling things as
After all, they've been
characters.
performing a public service and cleaning the streets of loose change and coupons.
No, but before that, that's something that they were already kind of talking about. Koichi made mention of that, and this is something that's really special here, because as they introduce new locations to the overall town, those little places where they have the little, like,
the
Morio
landmarks
location,
and
landmarks and all that, like Tonio's place and stuff. There's that continuity that comes into play. There's that aspect of, oh my God, someone at this place was killed,
Right,
Like,
exactly.
it
There can be
becomes a thing
actual
of-
consequences, yeah.
Right. By not addressing it earlier, which is what I liked by having Koichi not be involved in this, is kind of showing that Koichi is on some level kind of disturbed by the seriousness of this. Well, one, because him and Kishibe Rohan were the only people that learned
went
that,
on that
learned that
little adventure.
information.
Yeah.
But it adds, I would say, value to having it be just Koichi that, kind of realize that. Because what I think that means is that Koichi is the one that's going to stumble into basically Kira first.
Sure.
He's the one who's basically going to clue in first, and he'll have to convince the Joe Bros.
Right.
Like,
yeah, in some ways, if he wanted to be strategic about this, if he felt like he was in trouble, not now, but later, if he felt like he was in trouble and maybe he wasn't able to contact the Joe Bros, he should just, look behind the street lamp and be like, "Hey, Yukiko, like, I know you're watching me somewhere. Why don't you just come out? I have something I need to tell you. It's very important.
Right.
We
And
can
then
go on a little
suddenly-
date together."
and suddenly
Right.
she's now his bodyguard.
Exactly. Yeah. Tentacle powers. Make them work for you.
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
Just saying. But yeah, I feel like he's the responsible one of the group. Strangely enough.
Oh my God, Jacob! I just realized Koichi is definitely the responsible one of the group, but you just realize Kira. He
takes hands.
He takes hands, but he takes specifically like young women's hands.
Oh,
The reason why Yukiko is introduced in the story is because she's eventually going to become a target.
sure. There you go.
Like, maybe it's just that she's not, like, old enough yet, or...
Yeah, I guess she is still in high school, but some
No,
of the
maybe it's
they
just...
talked about the targets and they weren't that old. Like,
They weren't, so maybe...
Yeah, could be.
Maybe it's that she's actually too old. Maybe. Ugh.
I don't think so though.
Okay.
Because given we know that some of the targets were older than high school.
But
at
I
the
think
very
she will
least.
eventually end up being a target.
That
and that's
could
how
totally
you can
make
bring
sense.
Koichi into it, and that's how you bring...
Well, and it could also be a great way to build up his stand as being dangerous if he is able to thoroughly beat Yukiko. And maybe he
because
does.
he might not have encountered a stand user yet.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
he might not know about stands at this point. Like,
And-
that other people have.
And if he and they don't even have to have Yukiko die if he
Mm-hmm.
beats her, but she could lose a hand. And that would be pretty crazy.
I think he kills them, though.
I think he kills them too. Yeah.
I think it's basically...
It's serial
like,
killer, not serial
obvious.
hand stealer. Like,
Yeah.
the people disappear and they would probably complain if suddenly they didn't have a hand.
And given that he takes the hand in such a fine way, he probably, let's just say, y'all, the reason why it's probably impossible for anyone to find out he's doing this is because
Because there's
Morio's...
probably nothing else left.
Well, no, it's because Morio's connected to the water. All he has to do is disassemble and then dump the bodies.
Dissolve the body in strong acid.
Well,
Then
I mean,
just
he could do the dissolution method, or he could basically just put it in bags tie something heavy to the bag.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
just
take
have
it
the
out in a
body
boat.
parts just dropped there.
Yeah.
So even if someone did
Fish
find
food.
it, eventually, basically, fish would go and tear open the bag,
Yeah.
eat the remains and stuff.
But well, at that point, maybe some body parts would float back to shore, which would be kind of terrifying.
Well, that's why I think he'd put them in a bag so that they wouldn't float back to shore until they were basically just worn out bones and.
Yeah, maybe. It's crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
So okay, Shigechi is a hilarious character to bring up into the story now. He was in the OP though of the recent OP change that
That's
they had.
right.
So he is an important character in the same level as I'd say Yukiko is, because Yukiko is also in the OP
That's
along
true.
with another woman
Yeah.
who wasn't the ghost girl.
Right. I gotta say,
So I'm curious about that.
Harvest would be absolutely amazing for reconnaissance. Like, it'd be
if you ever need to find
fantastic.
someone,
Yep. mhm.
if you
just,
ever need to scout out and find someone,
yeah.
suddenly a bunch of these little bug things just go out everywhere,
Uh-huh.
and
Yep.
it's just like,
You do a buddy system where they're constantly able to see each other, so that way if one gets stepped on or something, it's like, oh, that's it. Pass the message along. Light the beacons.
oh my god, yes, the beacons are lit.
Yeah.
Harvest calls for aid. Basically, what you could have is
And
Harvest.
Rohan shall answer.
Oh my god, yes, yes. True hero. But no, what you could have with Harvest is basically have a ping system
Yeah.
where one just kind of says the thing of
Mhm.
where, and then the next one next to it says the thing, and then
They all have little GPS trackers. Like, now that might
I don't
be,
think they have that.
That technology might not be something that's readily available in a miniaturized form like that, and able to be mass produced in a cheap way.
It might be.
But you just get a little I'm imagining each of them having almost like a backpack that's just like a blinking red light, and they just bleep 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 bleep, and they're just going everywhere.
And then when anyone finds whatever they're looking for, they hit the button and beep, just
Yeah,
this
yeah.
constant signal.
We're getting a signal,
That would be
It'd be like the Survey Corps in Attack on Titan, and it would the signal would send like a wave to all the other ones, and they'd triangulate where it's from, and then they'd all just sort of move in.
I just imagine basically at some point, if Harvest is going to be used like that, the really annoying thing about Harvest would be that you'd kill 12 of them, be like, shut up! And there'd be 12 more that just pop out, and they'd just be like, gotcha, gotcha.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it'd be like, ah!
Yep. Uh-huh.
So on some level, I like the idea of the reconnaissance thing. I also really like the idea more so of it being a joke thing with the reconnaissance, where it's obviously it works super well, but it's not like it's a subtle thing.
Because stand users would be able to see them.
Stand
they
users
just
would be able to
see all
see
these
them.
things scurrying around, and then suddenly they all turn and look at you at the same time, and they're like, there he is, there he is, there he is, and it's just like, oh, crap.
And then if they have any kind of AoE stand ability, suddenly Shigechi feels this and
as if many voices cry
out in terror, and we're suddenly
silence.
silence. I feel something terrible has happened. Okay, but the little schemes and scams not scams, but schemes that they played here were really fun. I like the idea of it now being just kind of a commentary on greed, and maybe that's actually a way that they tied in with the Koichi thing, is that this is a way in which people are generally selfish. They think about themselves primarily. So you have this whole problem going on in Morio, and while it would be something where
sure.
people would generally know about it, most people are concerned about their own self-interests and not others. So they don't find interest in it. And then we have this whole episode about greed talking about self-interest.
Sure.
So maybe there's just kind of a way that they're just going to thematically tie that together.
I gotta say, one, what if Harvest took a bunch of pieces of paper from Rohan's manuscript that had not been published yet, and then just were running at you with it so that you would see it, and then he'd be able to use the stand on you. But apart from that, something that actually happened in this episode, I loved them talking about what they were going to spend the money on.
Yes.
With Josuke being like, I could buy, that
Italian shoes.
Yeah, and that super nice suit with the,
Sexy
cutting
silhouette.
sexy silhouette, and and go to
Tonio's.
Yeah, exactly, to his restaurant and just buy the most expensive stuff there. And then Okuyasu's like, I'm gonna put it in a savings account, you know. And Josuke laughs at him, but then it's like, this is the one time that Okuyasu is actually doing something very responsible and very smart.
Very smart.
You know? Like, oh man, I love it. I love it.
It's great because it's a different side of the characters we get to see.
Exactly.
It's something that on some level contradicts current characterization, but it's not.
But because it's during, like, essentially a filler episode, it doesn't really matter. Like, you know, it's like...
Or it does matter in the grand scheme of things, but it's something that it more just adds a silly complexity to it.
Exactly.
That while it might not mean anything, it might color certain aspects of their decisions moving forward. And that's just fun because it's all around the idea of, like, how can we make some money? And they're just, like... And it's so bad and so good at this. Like,
right, because the thing is that, like, I'm picturing this as like a D&D group, right?
Yep.
And someone's like, okay, I can cast Locate Object. Therefore, I'm going to use Locate Object on all the copper pieces nearby. Because the gold ones, well, you know, people will have a problem if you take those. People care about those. But the copper pieces... now see there.
How many of those are just randomly lying in sewers
around everywhere? Exactly. And then...
collect 5,000 copper pieces.
Trade them in for 50 gold. Yeah, we got 50 gold, and that's the entire session. It's like, you know, it's like, we could go on, you know, adventuring quests or whatever that probably pay 5 times as much.
But one of us could die in those.
One of us could die in those. Like, you know, no, instead let's just dick around and get, like,
why don't
change
we just,
here and there.
Why don't we just play, like, a clicker mobile game and just, over the course of time, eventually win out.
Right,
you know?
Basically just taking something that's supposed to be a story in this epic, awesome thing, and it's one thing, and then turn it into something else that's way more basic, but they, but like, that's how it goes. Like, that's how it goes.
It do be like that sometimes.
Oh, man. I love it. Because, okay, let's be real.
What?
Let's be real. If we had stands.
Okay.
Right. And it wasn't something like Rohan or something like that, where it was like, okay, suddenly we get, like, this crazy ability to, like, make stuff or whatever, right?
Okay.
But we would totally do stuff like this. Like,
do stuff like this?
Yeah, I mean, maybe not exactly this, because we'd have to figure out what our stands could actually do.
Depends on what my ability is, yeah.
Right.
If I have magnet disc throwing things, like stuff like that, then I don't think that this would be what I would do.
Although if you threw frisbees from, like, really tall buildings, maybe you could, like, no.
Yeah.
But you could figure out ways. But the thing is that, like, because assuming that there's no actual, like, stand users out there that you have to fight, but in some cases, even if there are, like, what are you going to do for downtime? Like, yeah, I just, this was great.
I think Koichi's stand, though, is the one that I would probably get the most
use out of.
Other than, obviously, Josuke's, because Josuke's
is busted and amazing. I think I could really get a lot, though, out of Harvest or Bad Company. I think I could really do quite a bit.
I think you could, too. I think the problem with those stands is that there would be other stand users in this world. Like, you wouldn't be the only stand user.
But why fight stand users? Just go around.
No, you draw other stand users to you.
So I'd have them plant little claymore mines everywhere.
Where did you get claymore mines?
Where did they get Apache helicopters, you know?
Like
Battle Company.
Oh, I thought you were meaning, like, the stand creates them. Oh, okay. I thought you were, like, actually, like, I'm gonna use my harvest stand to go out there and find little claymore mines.
Go to like old, like, you know, bomb sites and find the you know, unexploded ordnances.
You randomly feel like 5 of your little people just explode, and you're like, oof.
It's like, well, they'll come back after a long rest, you know.
Yeah. But, wow, what a weird episode. It was good fun, though. So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories, about JoJo's, non-spoilery, of course, or just hang out in general and chat about whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.